Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down episode 2 of Interrogator, and it is an excellent episode called This Is Gonna Hurt, and it's excellently titled. The cool thing is it's a little bit exposition heavy, so I wanted to get into some other details. We will be following the new format in which I show you the blood and guts of the episode, the more hardcore moments of the episode, but then doing exposition and plot summary and a little bit of lore knowledge, not too heavy, but just a little bit in order to keep it moving around. So if you're down for the adventure, come along for the ride. My name's Connor. I'm a science fiction, political, and philosophy nerd, a Marine Corps and law enforcement veteran, and I do appreciate you being here. So this episode, I wanted to comment on the intro for the episode because it's actually really cool, and I haven't commented on the artwork before. It shows the Hive City, where Hive cities in this universe are just basically ultimate Giga Chad cities, okay? They're built up on top of each other, stacked up on top of each other. Billions of people live in Hive cities, and they're incredibly dense and thus not very pleasant places to live. We see the broken interrogator staring into the mirror. We see the mirror breaking apart and the psychic shrieks showing ghosts from the past, characters that we know are all dead. And then we see the interrogator dropping past the neural suppressors into an amosette glass, which previous episode he used as a weapon. So I just wanted to comment on how well done the intro is. It was part of what made me excited about the series, that I thought that it would feel comfortable in its own skin, and this episode is no different. The opening for the episode says, "Trust no one, trust not even in yourself. It is better to die in vain than to live as an abomination," the first book of Indoctrinations. And the cool thing about this phrase is that it shows the hesitancy with which this society, the Imperium of Man, deals with psychers. I've mentioned in the past that not knowing others can cause people to be paranoid. In this universe, even not knowing yourself is dangerous because of the warp, where there's a different plane of existence that is populated by what we would understand to be demons and devils, who can, even if you steal yourself away from them, or steal yourselves against them, they're still powerful enough that they can corrupt you, that they can whisper sweet little lies into your ear in order to get you to join chaos, or they can just basically possess you and start killing your friends and family while you're powerless and you're just a vessel for evil powers. So that, the first book of Indoctrinations, it's not surprising to me that within the propaganda of this universe, that's the kind of position that they're taking against the psychers. But a majority of this beginning video is them walking together, Balder and the interrogator, and him just kind of waxing philosophical about how the horrors of the universe are so much greater than the people that are doing the people who are doing the humdrum of their daily lives than they would care to know. And if they had seen what he had seen, then basically their minds would break, and it's probably better off that they're ignorant. They end up at a bar called the Voidsman, and the Voidsman is a call out for space-faring folks. So, void, space, man, the people who do it, and there are like void personnel who are a part of the security retinues for rogue traders, which is interesting because they're going to see a character named Salther. And you're like, Connor, this is a lot of exposition. This is a lot of story. I know that there's beautiful art that your editor is putting over here, but I just want to see the actual episode. I want to see the violence, okay? We're going to get there. I promise. So Salther is the former gang retinue of a corrupt rogue trader. And the cool thing about rogue traders is that it's a completely different spin on the universe, where this universe is always collapsing. There's an empire. It's falling apart. It's not growing. It's constantly under attack. But what a rogue trader is someone who actually has, similar to like a privateer or a pirate or colonial explorer in the post-medieval era of colonization. It's like that, but in space, who's capable of dealing with aliens, who is authorized to hire as many gun hands and merchants and aliens sometimes and abhumans as they need to explore, locate, and colonize new planets and find items of interest for the Imperium of Man. And since they're private, they can often find and secure tons of wealth for themselves before they ever report back to the Imperium of Man. Well, this rogue trader obviously was hiding more than just a little bit of wealth from the Imperium of Man, and as a result, Salther betrayed him and basically basically seized the power and money for herself. Getting into, finally, the content, through the exposition, they show that Jurgen is chasing down a person called Karoff, and Karoff was the person Haroff was the original person who betrayed the Inquisitor Belena, and this is who they've been hunting the entire time. And there is a certain characteristic of Haroff that singles him out from other people. Let's check that out.
He said that the guy had this little gold coin he liked to roll around his knuckles, like a party trick or something.
Fuck. I remember that coin. The way Haroff toyed with it like a cat with a mouse biding its time. He used to say it reminded him of his old life. The last Imperial credit from Scry, the dead planet he once called home. Said he prized it from the fingers of his own dead brother as the evac ships came in. I also remember the foul taste in the mouth, the spider legs stabbing at my flesh, and the searing pain in my skull if I ever got within arm's reach of the man. And if I never trusted Sortha, well, I despised Heroth.
You break anything, you pay for it. I don't want any part of your sorry crusade.
Excellent. Now, you're like, Connor, what the heck? Haroff is a blank. At least this is my understanding of it. And he has the pariah gene, which means that he is socially castigated from a majority of society, but he's incredibly useful as a psyker. And so in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, psychers come in all breeds and colors. You know, there's the sanctioned ones, there's the unsanctioned ones. Unsanctioned ones are incredibly dangerous because they're prone to warp infection. As a result, they're hunted down, taken to Terra. They're either sacrificed to the Emperor of Mankind, or they're sanctioned through a soul-binding ritual and then put back into Imperial service. Or they're killed. Like that. Those are really the only three options for any psyker in the Imperium of Man. But blanks are a even rarer breed of psyker, meaning that where they should have a soul, because humans literally have perceivable souls that appear like light in the warp and are the desired consumables of demons and warp creatures. Pariahs, on the other hand, are giant gaping black holes, and they're physically uncomfortable to be around, where the pariahs will be automatically, without even being known to be psychic, will be shoved away from society and ultimately hunted and killed. That's not entirely good, though, because the reason why pariahs are so powerful is they actually suck and destroy warp power. So there's a arm of the Imperium of Man called the Sisters of Silence, who are all blanks. And while they are socially castigated, they're excellent demon hunters, because when demons come around them, their power is sucked away through the presence of the pariahs, and then they can kill them and basically destroy their souls forever, which makes them excellent demon hunters. So even a human pariah who is slightly sanctioned by the Inquisition would be an incredibly valuable asset, because whenever you go up against a demon or a chaotic force, he would be able to suck the air out of the room and basically prevent rituals from occurring. But as with all psychers, they're dangerous and they're potentially lethal to everyone around them, because as Jurgen has pointed out, they're not exactly appreciated for their gifts.
Only blood getting spilled in here tonight is yours.
Look, I can see you know your way around a fight. You all do. Thing is, so do me and Balder here. So, we can all end up at the Cutter's place tonight. Or we can have another drink and discuss this like civilized people. Doesn't really matter to me. And there it is, that telltale look in the eye, that moment when the fight just goes out, a muzzle flash dying in the darkness.
My glass is empty.
Sure, this one's on me. And the next, because this is still gonna hurt. See, the thing about being able to read people like I do, it's never anything other than ugly. Sorry about that. Have another drink on me. I thought we'd already settled this. Sit down. Have another drink.
The thrice distilled methium runoff will end your night on a high.
Good to see you, Sotha.
Lies have never sat well with you, Jurgen.
Don't worry, we'll get into the comedic ending in a second. So, basically, if we were to summarize the entire episode, Jurgen and Balder, there's a lot of exposition, and it is good. It's thematic, it's on point, it's comfortable within the universe. I love it, okay? And I do invite you to go do that on your own, where you watch either Warhammer TV or, get the VPN and then get Warhammer TV, or, or you just say, screw it, it's an exposition episode with a little bit of blood and guts. Thanks for the blood and guts, Connor. You're welcome, by the way, for bringing you the blood and guts and the lore for free. But... so they're hunting down Heroth because Heroth originally killed Belena and was the traitor, and was also the person with the pariah gene that made everybody uncomfortable. He's notable for that reason, but he's also notable for having the coin and using the coin as a trick, leading them to this place and finding out this information and actually finding out that Heroth is still on world. So the cool thing about this is the fact that, even our protagonist, Jurgen, he's a sanctioned psyker and capable of reading people, and I was expecting to have the predictable pace of violence where it's like, okay, it's a Warhammer TV episode, somebody's got to die, right? But instead, what they did is they teased me, they titillated me, by using Jurgen's psychic might to show off that this gangster, Broeth, that he has murdered people, that he's stolen in the past, but also he's worked with Heroth recently. And as a result, that's the information that these two are going for and trying to locate. So, now that they know that the traitor to their inquisitorial retinue is close, now that they know that Belena's murderer is close, what are they going to do with that information? And I really do like the fraternal bond between these characters, and we're basically going to check that out now in order to close it out.
I hate it when you do that.
Read people.
Vomit. You look worse than that time you tried raw Grok's liver.
I'll be fine. Just give me a moment.
Yes. So, while this episode is a little bit light, it's exposition heavy, it's character heavy, it's it's more about the characters and their interactions than it is about like the specific violence. I still deeply enjoyed it and encourage you to go check it out on your own. In summary, they find a guy, they find out the information. That's pretty much it, but they do it very artistically, beautifully, and darkly, and that's what I enjoy about it. My name is Connor. I'm a science fiction, political, and philosophy nerd, a Marine Corps and law enforcement veteran. If you did enjoy this and you want to support us doing little reactions and breakdowns going forward, go to patreon.com/counterpoints. Support us there. Go to counterpoints.gg in order to check out what we're all about. Basically, I do political debates as well. We do go live, generally speaking, on Friday nights for political debates, so feel free to catch us live. And, like, comment, subscribe, dislike, all that YouTube nonsense in order to help with the algorithmic gods. Check out the people who support us. And, catch you in the next one.